This video is about solving trig equations. Consider the functions f of x equals square root of 3 sine x plus cosine x. X is between 0 and pi. G of x equals 2x, where x is real numbers. Find f of g of x. F of g of x equals f of 2x equals every single x we need to turn into 2x, square root of 3 sine 2x plus cosine 2x. For B, solve the equation f of g of x equals 2 cosine 2x. X is greater than or equal to 0, less than or equal to pi. Square root 3 sine 2x plus cosine 2x equals 2 cosine 2x. First of all, we need to combine like terms. Minus 2 cosine 2x both sides. Next step, divided by cosine 2x both sides, so that we change this equation into tangent 2x equation. Square root of 3 tangent 2x minus 1 equals 0. Then tangent 2x equals square root of 3 over 3. For the period sine 2 pi, cosine 2 pi, tangent function is pi. For reciprocal of a sine function, cosecant 2 pi. Reciprocal of a cosine function, secant 2 pi. The reciprocal of a tangent, cotangent pi. Let's go to unit circle. All students take calculus. For tangent, if it's a positive, we will use the first quadrant. Reference angle is alpha. If it's negative, we will use the fourth quadrant, negative alpha. Since tangent 30 degree equals tangent pi over 6 equals square root of 3 over 3. We will change this equation into tangent 2x equals tangent pi over 6 plus k pi. Therefore, 2x equals, we will add these two together, pi plus 6k pi over 6, divided by 2 both sides. X equals pi plus 6k pi over 12. Domain is x greater than equal to 0, less than or equal to pi. K equals 0. X1 equals pi over 12. K equals 1. X2 equals 7 pi over 12. If k equals 2, it's greater than pi. So we have two solutions to this equation. Say, solve for x. Cosine 4x plus sine 2x equals 0. For x greater than equal to negative pi, less than equal to pi. Since the angles are different, we will use double angle identities to change into the same angle 2x. In the equation, we are given sine 2x. So we got to use this formula for cosine 4x. 1 minus 2 sine square 2x plus sine 2x equals 0. We know this is a quadratic pattern equation. We will make the coefficient of sine square 2x into positive. 2 sine square 2x. Change the sign for every single term in this equation. Minus sine 2x minus 1 equals 0. Then we will use ninja x. 2 times negative 1, negative 2. Negative 1 over 2 over 2. Negative 2, 1. So that negative 2 times 1 is negative 2. Negative 2 plus 1 is a negative 1. Reduce negative 1, 1. The variable is sine 2x. Bottom up, sine 2x minus 1 times 2 sine 2x plus 1 equals 0. Sine 2x minus 1 equals 0, or 2 sine 2x plus 1 equals 0. Sine 2x equals 1. This is a quadrantal angle. 0, pi over 2, pi, 3 pi over 2. For the unit circle, it's 0, 1, undefined, CST. Sine pi over 2 equals 1. Sine 2x equals sine pi over 2 plus 2k pi. The domain for x is between negative pi and pi. 2x equals pi over 2 plus 2k pi. We put this together, equals pi plus 4k pi over 2, 2x, divided by 2, both sides, x equals pi plus 4k pi over 4. Then when k equals 0, x equals pi over 4. K equals 1. X equals 5 pi over 4. It's greater than pi, so we cross out. When k equals negative 1, x equals negative 3 pi over 4. When k equals negative 2, it's out of domain. So we get x1 equals pi over 4, x2 equals negative 3 pi over 4. Let's go to this one. Sine 2x equals negative 1/2. All students take calculus. Negative 1/2 is a negative. Reference angle is a pi over 6. For a third quadrant and a fourth quadrant, we will have 7 pi over 6 and 11 pi over 6. So we have sine 2x equals sine 7 pi over 6 plus 2k pi, or sine 2x equals sine 11 pi over 6 plus 2k pi. For the first equation, 2x equals, we will put this together. Denominator is 6, 7 pi plus 12k pi. Then x equals 7 pi plus 12k pi over 12. When k equals 0, x3 equals 7 pi over 12. When k equals 1, it's out of domain. When k equals -1, x4 equals -5 pi over 12. For this equation, 2x equals, put this together, denominator is 6, 11 pi plus 12k pi. So x equals 11 pi plus 12k pi over 12. When k equals 0, x5 equals 11 pi over 12. When k equals 1, it's out of domain. K equals -1. x6 equals -pi over 12. There are 6 solutions to this equation. X equals pi over 4, -3 pi over 4, 7 pi over 12, -5 pi over 12, 11 pi over 12, -pi over 12.